Hello everyone. The hominid I chose was Australopithecus afarensis. And from here forward I'll be referring to it as afarensis, as the book calls it. I chose this hominid because of the famous fossil find Lucy. There have been more recent discoveries showing that earlier hominids were walking upright for at least 1 million years before Lucy was born, yet she still remains a landmark fossil find, even though it's been 30 years since her discovery. And that's why I chose this hominid. Question 1. Where was the fossil found? Since the early 1970s, fossils from afarensis have been found in 4 main sites: Latoli, Tanzania, Hadar, Lorsidora, Dedinka. Excuse my pronunciation. Question 2. Were any of those famous? Yes, Lucy was very famous. They nicknamed her Lucy after the Beatles song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Lucy was so important because her skeleton was about 40% complete, and it showed she was biped and walked on 2 feet. At the time of her discovery, it was the oldest fossil to show evidence of upright walking. Lucy was about 3.5 feet tall, and it was concluded from parts of her skull that her brain size was about the size of a chimp. Question 3. Who found the fossil? How old is the fossil? How was the fossil dated? Lucy was found by Don Johansen in 1974. The fossil is about 3.2 million years old. The fossil was dated in 1990 to 1992 by applying the argon-argon radiometric dating method to the volcanic ash surrounding it. Question 4. How is the hominid different from its predecessor? It's not as primitive as the earlier hominid in that the 2 cusps of the lower third premolars were more equal in size. The canines were smaller, and the upper tooth rows are parabolic and not parallel, more like humans. Question 5. What is the brain size or cranial capacity? It was concluded from parts of her skull that she had the brain size of a chimp. We're talking about Lucy. This is important because it suggests that bipedalism occurred before brain size increased. Question 6. What does the anatomy of the hominid suggest about the style of locomotion? The males were about 5.5 feet tall, and the females were from Lucy, was 3.5 feet tall, walking similar to humans, but also spent some time in trees. What the chimps and Lucy share: brain size. They share face and jaw that jutted forward, shoulder blades and joints that are suited for climbing trees, long hands with curved fingers that are also suited for trees. What Lucy and humans share: the spine connection beneath the skull to keep the head steady, pelvis, broad and basin shape to support the upper body and hold it upright, thigh bones angled to place weight over strong knee joints, feet, complete and arched feet that support full body weight with each step. Question 7. Based on the teeth, what do scientists believe was the diet of the hominid? The teeth and jaw of the afarensis are robust enough to chew hard foods, but dental microwear studies show that the individuals ate soft food like plants and fruit instead, although tooth size suggests they may have eaten brittle foods as well. Question 8. What traits of the hominids suggest the potential for language? Well, there was a child remains that were found. They nicknamed it Lucy's child. in this child there was an ape-like bone, hyoid bone, Hyoid bone, that was found in the remains, and it suggests that there's a strong likelihood that this hominid did not have speech. Question 9. What traits suggest social behavior and cooperation? Reconstruction of the social behavior of extinct fossil species is difficult, but their social structure is likely to be that comparable to modern apes, given the average difference in body size of the males and the females. And that's the end of my questions. Thank you for listening.